It's been a cross-state basketball get-together for close to 3 decades, featuring teams from Yuma and the Imperial Valley. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Scott Gross. For over 2 decades, the Ivy Invitational was held in Brawley. This year, it changes venues to Imperial and the Burger Sports Complex in Holtville. Let's hit the hardwood. Here we go. And earlier today, we had the Vikings Gym in Holtville for the first game of the day, featuring Yuma Catholic and the Central Spartans. Into the third we go. YC up 8. Nobody picks up Central's Brianna Martin in transition. She buries the triple from deep to cut the lead to 5. Rocks, though, would answer on the other end. Reese Sellers using the court vision to find Hannah Swarthout for the deuce. Swarthout finishing with 10 points in the day. Then in the fourth, Spartans down 9, and YC loses Martin again, who knocks down another 3 from downtown. YC up by 6. Central still trying to cut into the lead. This shot from Moira Garcia off the mark. Long rebound goes out to YC, and Ryan Martinez pushes it to Clarissa Meza, who goes coast to coast. Count the bucket and the foul. The freshman would complete the 3-point play, putting Rocks up by 14. The Spartans, though, running out of time, so they go to Martin, who stays unconscious from beyond the arc. She would finish with 4 threes in the second half. 17 points in the day would not be enough. Ryan Martinez for the Shamrocks, putting on the finishing touch with a monster block. Rocks go on to win by a score of 50-40. Now we turn to the second game of the day in Holtville. The home team, the Vikings, and Coach Murray Anderson taking on the Calipatria Hornets and Coach Michael Fong. First possession of the game, Vikings with a nice high-low set. Vanessa Gonzalez in the high finds Skylar Hansen, who kisses it off the glass for the first points of the game. Moments later, senior captain Orion Anderson finds Julia Moreno, who drains the 3 in transition to put the Vikings up 5. The Hornets trying to get on the board. Michelle Trejo's short jumper bounces off the rim, but Marcella Lyerly gets the bar for the 2-pointer. Moving ahead. Here we go again. Near the end of the first quarter, it's going to be Jolie Quintana's pass knocked away. Cameron Walker does the rest. Takes it all the way for the easy lay-in off the steal. Vikings go up 7, leave 11-4 at the end of 1. Next, some sister ball. Anderson's 3 off the mark. Marcella Lyerly eats up the rebound, launches to her sister, Kylie Lyerly, who takes it the distance, gets the roll, count the bucket, and the foul. She would complete the 3-point play, but the comeback would fall short. Vikings win 55-29 behind 14 points from Orion Anderson. Julia Moreno added a dozen, and Cameron Walker pitched in with 10. To boys basketball in Yuma at the Rios Gym, where both Jordan Stevens and Valentina Zappin shaking hands with opposing head coaches during the pregame. First quarter, Peyton Smith cuts inside, kicks the ball out to Angel Mendoza, who drains the wide-open 3-ball, taking advantage of being left wide open. Ridge's fast start continues. Mendoza fires the rock up court to Steven, who uses great body control and quickness to put down the quick deuce. Hawks up 7. More Gila Ridge. Mendoza will find Peyton Smith, who will throw down from downtown. This increases Ridge's advantage to 10, and that lead would continue to avalanche. Mendoza is going to find a wide open Stevens in the back door, and he gets the easy lay-in. Ridge in command. Kofa, though, would try to rally. Zapian will pass the rock to a wide-open Francisco Jimenez, who crashes in on the 3-point opportunity. Make that cashes in. Kings' early deficit would be too much to overcome. The Hawks soar to a 73-40 win and stay undefeated. To boys soccer and to Doane Field as Juan Lerma and the Crims looking to pull the upset of Alfonso Perez and the Hawks. We pick it up in the first half. Giancarlo Mendoza spins around Jack Sternitsky and gets a shot off, but the roller is corralled by the Hawks keeper Julio Fimbres. Hawks on the offensive. Daniel Villanueva tries to center the rock, but Paul Johns, well, he just can't get it contained. Yuma keeper Noah Madell comes up with the save. Ridge would capitalize on the corner kick. Noah Ochoa's offering is headed back into the net by Villanueva, putting the Hawks up 2 goals in the first half. They pour it on from there. Hawks soar to a 7-0 victory.